According to thestudy.com, the equity theory of love is defined as both people being satisfied if there is an equal give and take by both parties in a relationship. The Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie showcases a relationship in which there is not only a give and take, there is an equal amount of secrecy between the two partners in the relationship. The movie starts with both partners in a marriage counseling session, in which the counselor asks them some questions about their love life. Turns out both parties in a relationship are too busy to have a love life, and they haven't had any physical or emotional time for each other in the 5 years that they've been married. They seem to be only going through the motions of marriage and not showing the full commitment and love needed in marriage. As such, the events in the movie help the two rediscover that why they feel for each other and act as a sort of two-party counseling that doesn't involve marriage counselor. There is a recurring event in the movie where Mr. Smith asks Mrs. Smith to pass the salt. And the first time it's in the middle of the table, she's like, get it yourself. And then the second time, he looks up and sees it's literally right next to his plate. And so he kind of chuckles, and it's kind of showing that Mrs. Smith is trying to sort of make movements to better the relationship between the two of them. And it's the little things, the little things that matter in relationships. They add up, you know what I mean? Later on, Mr. Smith, he finds out that Mrs. Smith is an assassin. He's an assassin too, because they were double booked by the same or not same, but different assassin companies. And they were trying to trick Mr. and Mrs. Smith to kill each other. And basically, what he does is he finds out who she is, and she doesn't know. And so what he does is he's pouring her a glass of wine at dinner time, and he kind of lets it slip out of his hand, like, oops, it's slippery, glass of wine. I didn't have a very good grip. And she catches it like right before it hits the ground. And then she immediately drops it because she sees the look in his eye, like, holy moly, this chick's an assassin for real. And then they have this little cat and mouse scene where he's running through the neighborhood trying to catch her, and she's running away in her vehicle. And so what happens is he accidentally shoots at the vehicle, which is like, it shows sort of like there's a, when a relationship, someone finds out someone's lying to the other, and then something happens and somebody accidentally gets physical, or, accidentally does something and it hurts them because they're mad, and, they like slam their hand to the door and it kind of hits the other person in the head or something. You know what I mean? I mean, not that that's ever happened to me, but, I've seen it in movies and other stuff like that. And, accidents do happen in real life too, but then the other person tries to get back at them, just desserts, and it's just, petty stuff happens whenever accident happen in a heated moments of a relationship. And they basically what she does is he's apologizing up and down. He's like, sorry, I'm so sorry. And then she basically runs him over. Yeah, she hits him with the vehicle, and then she drives it off a cliff. Not really a cliff, but it's through a dead end, so it implies there's a cliff there. But then after that, she is still very angry with him. So he's trying to go see her, and he's going up an elevator, and she basically stops the elevator, and he dares her to drop it, and so she drops the elevator. And because she drops this, later she's crying because I guess she actually really did care about him. And what happens is he meets her at the restaurant that she's at, and she's crying, and he fills her wine bottle and says that he wants a divorce. And what she replies, that's agreeable symmetry. And agreeable symmetry is kind of this reoccurring theme where they're side by side all the time. They're showing each other they're equals. They have separate sinks, but they're both brushing their teeth at the same time. They both have their own lamp on each other's side of the bed, and it's they're just showing each other that they're equal, and they both equally have big closets, And everything in their house, I guess, is basically symmetrical, showing that they want an equal relationship, and they want to treat each other as equals. Um, and you know, so after she tries to kill him and he wants to divorce, he says, "Oh, I want to go burn up all the stuff I ever gave you." And then what they do is they go to the house. They race each other to the house because she doesn't want him to burn all the stuff he gave her, because she still actually has some kind of feeling. And what happens is they end up fighting, and the song "Express Yourself" plays, showing that they were beginning to express themselves, come out, how in counseling sessions they have like little pillow fights and stuff. They're like, "Show me how angry you are," sort of thing. And they begin literally destroying their house, fighting each other in, several different ways, and, with guns and all kinds of stuff. And, they destroy their house, and then they end up, um, in the heat of passion, becoming passionately involved with each other again. And, you know, this sort of raw emotion brought out that passion between the two of them. And, this shows that they still had feeling for each other. And, they wanted that passion. That's what they were fighting each other for, was that passion. And, just that lie happened, and it just, everything kind of just fell apart, and they find out that they were targeted by their own little assassin companies. And, after that, while they're going to try to reconcile the situation, they start dropping truth bombs on each other, and stuff about what they didn't like. They even, you know, also air their grievances with each other, and bring out all the lies that they had made up, like Angelina Jolie's, Mrs. Smith's father didn't actually, you know, give her away at their wedding. He was a paid actor, and all this comes to a head at the final action sequence when Mrs. Smith supports him with a sniper, supports Mr. Smith with a sniper rifle and small arms combat, and he in turn helps her, by being her rescuing knight in shining armor, and you know helps her out a lot. And this really shows that they're equals in the very, very final parts of the action sequence, and in the climax of the movie, when they're standing chest to chest, and they basically, what they've got each other's back, but they're standing in front of each other like equals, and they're protecting each other, and showing each other that they truly care and love for each other. Um, but this movie basically is it seems like, commentary on how marriage needs two to tango, and uh, that they achieved true equity and equality in the relationship. I mean, the equality was there, but the equity and how they received their companionship, or love for each other, wasn't there, as shown by the passion that wasn't there. And the earlier in the movie, she bought curtains and he didn't like the curtains, and the give and take, and he finally just says that she can keep the curtains, uh, you know and there's just little things that add up in a relationship for equity to come to uh, equalness. Anyways, that was my speech. Y'all have a good night. Oh, and apologies for doing this in my car. I needed a quiet place, and my family's asleep, and I've been working 60 plus hours, and I just haven't had time. I've been sleeping in the daytime, and that's just where I had to do my thing. So, y'all have a good night.